All right, I'm here. Am I good? We're on. We're live. I got to get a better camera. Hey guys, can you hear me good? We all set. We've got some audio going on here. Is this better? Hey Neil, heir to the Ron, Truck Boy. What's up, brother? Yes, you can hear me. Good deal. Good deal. Okay, so I was having trouble figuring out the live stream for some reason. It's everything fights me when it comes to technology, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to quit. Okay, so I've got a lot to talk about. The very first thing I want to mention right off the bat is you can come to San Antonio and hang out with me and Jack and Travis, not to be confused with Economic Ninja. We're all going to be there hanging out, and I put it in the description. That's what I was doing when I was almost late to my live stream. I was putting all the stuff in this description that you can go to see where we're going to be and what to do when you get there. We're going to be hanging out at the Embassy Suites, and it's just going to be a blast. The Ninja said something about karaoke, so that ought to be really fun. And while you're there, Miss Bonnie Taylor reached out to me, I don't know, months back. She said she was wanting to write a book, and we were talking about how our children are not being taught what to do with finances at all. My school or any school, none of them teach you how to run numbers on rental properties. They don't teach that. And I encouraged her to do a book or anything you can do to help. And she was wanting to help her kids and her nieces and nephews because she learned what not to do from her parents. A lot of people do that. And so she came up with this website. The website's in the description. It's called, I'm going to mess it up, lamikiwealth.com. And she asked me to check it out and kind of help her. And I know the people that show up for these are awesome people. So go check it out and see what you think about it. It's the first time anybody's ever looked at it, as far as I know. It's really new. And give her some tips on what she can do. And, because her heart's in the right place and it's really needed. There ought to be a class about how to run numbers on a rental property, what makes a good rental, okay? Or 3 steps to be an entrepreneur, a whole freaking semester on it. They don't teach that stuff. They teach people how to work for other people, and teachers, I mean, God bless them. They've got a gift to be able to teach kids. But those who cannot do, not all the time, but usually teach. That's just, put that out there. But I have a crazy respect for teachers. I'm actually teaching a welding class. Well, somewhat. I have not been making any videos on my welding channel lately. But I'm gearing up to really knock that out of the park. I have been crazy sidetracked by this pond and everything else you can imagine. But, it's par for the course. Okay, the hats just got ordered. To get them here to this anvil is $30 because they are made in the USA. And I don't plan on selling a bunch of them because they're probably going to be $40. They might be a little bit more. I don't know. But these things are awesome. I was not going to sell anything made in China or the Philippines or any kind of crap that's made somewhere else. I wanted it made right here with U.S. cotton by U.S. workers. I've got one that's made in the Union. It's like a Union cap maker. It's got a little, that's the solid one. And this one doesn't say Union made on it. I don't care as long as it is made here. So they're expensive. I mean, they're between 40 and $50. I don't care. I don't plan on making a living off of them. You know what I'm saying? I plan on selling stuff that is made in the USA. I don't know where these are made, but they're still awesome. And as soon as I find them and made in the USA, I will be promoting those because I'm trying to bring value to America just like I do you guys and everybody else around me because we are only worth the value we bring. So, and by the way, good job for the people buying gold and silver when the prices are down. That my wife gave me the accurate price, $21.92. in 1850. So it's close. We're right there. It changes all the time. So if you're interested, call that number. We will hook you up. I beat SD Bullion every day. Yeah, not all the time, but most every time. I mean, I'm telling you, they scooch the numbers on the spot price, and we don't do that. So it looks like you're getting a better deal, but run the numbers for yourself, and most of the time, we do. All the time. I'm going to say all the time, except every now and then. Okay, what's next? Oh, Tim Schofield from Harmonica. You got to check this out. This is awesome. Okay, this is a Honer. I love Honer harmonicas. And it's got silver. Oh, it's so shiny you can't even see it. Tiffany cover plates. It's awesome. So pumped, man. Plays good. And he also sent me a rocket. And this thing, I know I'm going to keep this short, but you've got to hear this little thing. It will rip. You can really. It's a higher pitch and it's really fast. I'm really pumped, man. Tim, you knocked it out of the park. Thank you so much. You have encouraged me to practice in my spare time, of course. All right, let me get over here in the comments real quick, and I want to cover some questions I had about gold and silver, but I want to make sure I'm not leaving anybody out here. I want to run Barter Town. Too late. I'm selling chickens for an ounce of silver. A laying chicken is worth 1 ounce of silver. I'm going to call that the silver to chicken ratio. Okay, so, like the gold to silver ratio, sometimes it gets off. Like right now, silver's like 82 something to 1. That's like a gift. That's I'm telling you, silver is the most undervalued asset on the planet. But here's what I think's going to be crazy. When food prices go to the moon and they debase our currency to nothing, the silver to chicken ratio is going to be messed up. There's going to be a knee-jerk reaction because silver is going to be worth so much. Who knows? I don't want to put a price on it. But it's going to get closer to the chicken. So it might take 2 or 3 ounces of silver, maybe 5. I don't know. Who knows? We don't know. Or it could be the other way around. It could be one piece of silver buys a whole chicken flock, buys a whole chicken house. I'm just saying they're going to be off. But for now, it's really interesting how they're almost exactly the same price. And when I first made the video, I said it was like $20 for an ounce of silver and $20 for a chicken, a laying hen. But it turns out laying hens are between $25 and $30, and so is silver. So it's right there. I get some hate in the comments because I don't say things perfect, and I'm going to screw up a lot. So try to give me a little bit of cushion there. Because I'm going to screw something up every now and then. Most all the time. Okay. Let's see. Where are we at? Ninja Nation. All right, Neil. The Economic Ninja. What's up, brother? Neil, SSR. No clue, Bro Hawk. Hey, y'all. We say, hey, y'all, around here. San Antonio, buddy. Yeah, y'all should make San Antonio. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I don't want to hear any crap that I'm from Dallas. I live in Fort Worth and I live in Dallas and I want to have to drive. I'm driving from North Louisiana almost to Arkansas. So I don't want to hear it. It doesn't take that long. Just get in your car and drive. And you can listen to YouTube along the way. You might learn something if you listen to good people. Silver to chicken ratio. That's right, man. It's going to work. It'll get off just like the silver to gold ratio does. That's when you either need to buy more silver or more chickens. Right now, I'm selling laying hens for 1 ounce of silver if anybody wants one. My animals, I will never trade. Yeah, well, that's why I'm raising chickens. I'm growing. See, I've got an incubator slap full of little baby chickens right now. I'm surprised my wife isn't out here playing with them. And those are little silver pieces running around that are growing up to be bigger silver pieces. I'll sell a small one for a 1/2 ounce of silver. Isn't that cool? See how you can denominate things and cut the imperial powers out? Learned that from Jack. Where is Jack? He's not on here. Okay. Made it. What's up, Pete? It's jumping on me, guys. If I'm missing some comments, I'm sorry. I got a lot to cover in a minute, but I want to catch up. Make sure we don't have some kind of killer comment I got to talk about. Wait to check with my wife on selling the chickens. Got me a side hustle. Don't need the money now, but saving it up for emergency. Cool. That's awesome. It's all about side hustles. In the Thunderdome, there's going to be lots of ideas for side hustles, and they're going to come from this comment section probably. Go check the diesel to silver ratio. Wow, that's a good idea. Okay. Now, I got a killer comment that we got to talk about. Oh, why don't I talk about what the title is? Okay. I got 70 people on here. Y'all hit the like button, please. It will share this message. And anytime anybody hits the like button, it's like it tells the algorithm, hey, the audience likes it. Boom, boom. And it helps me grow and get going. And sharing is the most ultimate thing. But I don't expect you to do it all the time. Thank you. So part number 1 of getting through the Thunderdome. This is, we're going in like this, and we're just starting down. We very well might have one of these, but it's going to do this. Nothing goes down a straight line, just like nothing goes up in a straight line. But here's what I want everybody to do that's watching me right now that thinks they need guidance. Okay, so go to your neighbors, go to your buddy's house, go everywhere that you know for sure that they don't own their car, they don't own their house, they don't own nothing. They're keeping up with the Joneses, and they couldn't make it without their job. They would be absolutely homeless and destitute without that steady income. And it can be, whatever their occupation is. Just think about that. Whatever, it doesn't matter. If they're living from paycheck to paycheck, I want you to go and see what they do and write down, take notes, watch these people. Okay, they go out and eat a lot. They buy expensive groceries, like crazy stuff that's out of season, that's really not that good, but you can buy it at a higher price. They buy those things. They buy a new truck and they trade it in every 8 months or, around a year because they like to keep equity in their vehicle. Somebody told me that the other day. I like to keep equity in my vehicle. I still don't get it. Let's see. They are putting in swimming pools right now. They're really going like nothing's going on. Just woo, yeah, life is good. And the next 10 years is going to be just like the last, and it's prosperity from now on. It's endless prosperity here in the United States, and nothing's ever going to happen. Okay, take your notes, go over there, watch them, and study them, and do the exact opposite, and you'll be okay. Yeah. That is the first step. I thought about that. I was like, what can we do? You need to do the opposite of what the normies are doing. The people that are not the fringe, the people that are going to serve the master in the Thunderdome. See, the fringe is outside of that. We're not taking the mark. We're not going to participate in the Great Reset. We're not going to do all this caca that they want us to do. We're going to do our own thing, what we know is right. Like, do what you can to save food. Like, get some extra fuel. Like, don't be stretched out so thin on payments you can't see the light of day. You know, you're never going to get ahead. I know people say, well, I'm just going to work the rest of my life and I'm not going to save anything because I want to live right now. Well, you're going to live a lot worse in the next 10 years. And remind me I said that. All right, get some of these comments. Equity in a vehicle. Yeah, it's pretty good, Jack. And if y'all aren't watching Jack at Nobody Special, he is killing it on the stock market. He sold at the all-time high. You need to listen to that guy. I'm just telling you. Having to go back. If you hit the like button, YouTube channel gets wings. That's right, Ninja. Nobody owns their house here in the USA. Okay, well, there's taxes. That's why you have gold and silver to pay taxes. I keep my vehicle for decades. I do too. I usually buy vehicles that are a decade old or so and work them. Hey guys, look, I will buy a work truck and I will pay. The last one I paid $3,500 for. I fixed it up and I have put it had 151,000 on it. It's got 355,000 miles on it. I have made so much money out of that truck and it's never gave me a minute's problem. Why would I ever want to buy a new vehicle? Well, they're not reliable. That's not true. The new ones break down 10 times more than mine. I hear that crap all the time, and I'm steadily driving to work while people are getting $10,000 fuel injecting systems replaced and all this other crazy stuff. So you don't have to do that. And it's a more reliable vehicle that you don't have to pay for. It's really crazy when you catch on. It'll be like, wow, I don't really have to have the new one. I can buy somebody's old one that they've already worked the kinks out of. I've done that for a long time, and it pays me a lot. I can't imagine working every day to finance a vehicle. Satan Klaus is getting everybody ready for the Great Reset. I know. He's so close to Dr. Evil. Have you noticed that? He looks just like Dr. Evil. If he had a bald cat, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. This weekend, working on switching my 79 Blazer run on alcohol that I have in my backyard. That's cool. Grandpa did it. I want to make a video of that, please. Chris is fired up right now, man. I'm ready to storm the freaking castle right now. Me too. I'm ready. Woo! I am pumped. I just got through tearing up stuff on a track hoe, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go that way. That's my deal. When I get in the gear, it's usually that way. Just go. Well, what about this? It doesn't matter. My wife's behind me picking up all the pieces. The blue oil can is back. It sure is, Richard. I heard you like the oil can. It's a really cool oil can. Let me show you that. It's an old school rainbow oil can. And I'm going to leave it right there for you, buddy. There's a few other things I've got to talk about, so y'all don't click off yet. Car run, a 30 plus year old vehicles. Woo, I don't know, man. That's getting out there. I'm starting to rub holes in my lines that are laying next to something, stainless lines, and they're shaking. I'm starting to rub holes. It's kind of aggravating, but it's not a big deal. I don't know about any older than what I got. Bald cat. Great way of doing it. Yeah, thanks, Miss Mary. Those work trucks are expensive. It's ridiculous to pay $75,000, $80,000 for a truck that's going to smell like a wet dog. You know, to get dirt and crap all in it. I don't understand that. I never will. I saw a buddy of mine. He's got the nicest work truck I've ever seen. It's jacked up and it is sweet looking, but he's the one that had $11,000 worth of stuff he had to work on it, and I'm sure he's got 70 in it. Lucas Strong, sold my 2018 F-150 last September to pick up a 2005 Power Stroke debt free. Now I made a couple grand off the 150. That is awesome. I love it. Keep it coming. New VWs were shut down by the factory for emissions. The company cut off power for the cars through computers on the board a few years ago here in Cali. Yeah, computers are not good. You going, Cody? Are you going to the San Antonio hangout? It's in the description. You got a question mark. San Antonio hangout. I hope you are. Whoa. Hey, buddy. What is your thoughts on eating raw liver? Wow. I have never had a thought about that. I've never had that thought. I never thought about it, actually. So I don't have any. I won't say I won't try it, but I would like to sear it first. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a big liver person. Organs aren't really my thing. I know there's a ton of nutrients in them and they're the best thing ever, but I'm going to have to work on my palate. I can eat just about anything, but you got to take that back inside. The reverb's killing me. I got to get my taters this weekend. Man, mine are already in the ground. Okay. So, okay. So is there any questions? I'm fixing to get to a comment that we got to talk about. My wife says that me about I just get up and go, and she picks up the pieces behind me. Yeah, sorry, Stacy, I do that. So far, it's been just a good motivator. Okay, thanks guys for hitting the like button. Heir to the Ron got a super chat. What do you think about tiny homes? Could be a good investment to buy numerous and rent out to others. I have thought about that several times. I think it's a great idea. I think that little AI system that comes out and it'll squirt out concrete, a little tube of concrete, and it'll build your house. Really cheap, small houses are going to be, that's going to be in the Thunderdome. I can promise you that. You know, we're populating the earth right now. You know, they're working on that. The World Economic Forum and Bill Gates and all them are really trying to work on that. But there's going to be a lot of people that need a place to live, and houses, big houses are they're too much for a small family. You know, used to a carpenter, an electrician, just, you know, those guys could go to work, feed a family of 4 or 5, and the wife stay at home and not work at all and have a great life. It's not like that now. So you got your carpenter and your super skilled workers that their wives have to work also, you know, and it's the same thing for welders and everybody. You know, it takes 2 people working and doing their best to make it to have a nice house. And sometimes things happen, you know, divorce or whatever it may be. And it's one person show that has 2 kids, and they're going to have to stay in a small house if they have a chance of getting a house. And that is an excellent idea. I've actually got a spot picked out. It's 80 acres that I'm planning on building a jillion small houses on. I don't know how many will fit. It's going to have a big pond in the middle. It's already got 2 big ponds on it. And I was going to start building them up. And I thought about putting a fence around it, have it like a really nice, safe, awesome little neighborhood for good people that need a good place to live. If you bring value to good people like that, they will treat you. My renters are so awesome. I'm telling you, if you will take care of them, they take care of you. And screen out the bad ones. You got to evict the bad ones before they even move in. But that's the same principles I'm going to take with me to this next venture. But it's going to have to be probably in the middle of the Thunderdome when it looks so scary nobody wants to do anything. That's going to be the time to do it. It's going to be time to make the moves, and I hope you guys are here with me, and we'll get this thing going. That'd be really fun. So I hope I answered your. Are you trying to call me? I will answer my phone. You call, I'll answer my phone. Okay. No worries. Hi, FMG. Okay. Did I miss something? Tiny homes seem to be pretty popular for Airbnb. Yeah, I think so. I think that's, man, you put them in a nice spot on a big pond that's kid friendly and like a place for them to, and just think, you did a background check and a credit check, and you did not rent to people that didn't have both. Pristine. So you had a solid neighborhood with good people in it. Maybe I'll call it the fringe neighborhood. I don't know. That'd be cool. People trying to help each other that live in these small houses like one big community. That might be I don't know. It sounds cool. I don't know. I missed something. Okay. Garth Natal. I like the information you guys, Ninja Special Heresy put out over their other channels. You go for informational like Appalachian Homestead, Sage News, etc. Yes, I do what I'm good at, and I try to stay in my lane. So you'll never see me trying to read charts or anything like that. I rely on for like Jack, and I can make sense of them, but I don't ever try to conjure them up. And every time I do that, I'm wrong. So I invest on narrative, and I'm pretty good about seeing what's coming. But I try to stay in my lane. I really do. I like the tiny rental idea. Meredith Taylor, that's my mother. Thank you, Mom. And it is going to happen. I'm going to have a tiny rental neighborhood, I hope. Just think about it. A big pasture, beautiful, with a big pond in the middle, and start building these little tiny houses. And everybody has a good credit score, and everybody lives happily ever after in the Thunderdome. What do you think of solar flares? I don't know what to think about that, man. Never seen one. Pick up the phone. It's the 1-900 commercial. I got the phone. You're not calling. Call me up, Jack. And Jack, all right, Jack and Ninja. I want to do a live stream on Zoom with you two guys. Okay? So I figured it out how to do it. Next Friday night, well, we'll be doing it live next Friday night. Or maybe before then. I want to do a live stream Zoom and see how it goes. I think that would be really, really good. Art have healer dogs in the Thunderdome. That is cool. He did have a healer, didn't he? That is the best. Thunderdome Homes. That is awesome. Heir to the Ron, you nailed it. That's the name of it. Thunderdome Homes. From now on, you coined it. I got a super chat from Shara Mills. Okay, let me tell you a little story about Miss Shara. So, Miss Shara came over from Travis. I said it again. I'm sorry, brother. She said, I'm here because Economic Ninja told me to come over here, but I'm going to leave if you don't act right. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. And I said, Miss Shara, I will do my best every time you see me to bring you value. And she has been in the comments, and she is one of the kindest people ever. Thank you, Miss Shara, for the super chat. You didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate it. That is awesome. I get pumped up doing these live streams. I feel like my people are with me, like we're riding to work together, going to do something that's important. That's what we're doing. Just like that website I told you about, Miss Bonnie Taylor. Go to the description, check it out, and see what she can do better. Try to help her, try to push it, because if she's interested in getting kids into learning how to do financial things, if somebody would have grabbed me by my throat when I was 15 or 16 and held me down and said, listen, you little punk, you've got to learn how to do rental properties right now and you'll be a wealthy person. Don't do anything different. Don't buy the ski boat. Just go do what I'm telling you. And just kind of help me, talk me into it. I probably would have done, I don't know. You don't have a full deck of cards till you're about 25 or 30. But if I'd have had a book or a website to maybe help me, I did have a book. I had Rich Dad Poor Dad, and they had a little tiny version of it. And I got it. A buddy of mine gave me that, and it kind of stuck with me. Those principles stuck with me, so I kind of knew what to expect. But I didn't really make the move till I was in my 30s. So if you could learn those lessons earlier, it'd be way awesome. Thanks again, Miss Shara. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your comments too. Every time, I love seeing you guys in the comments. I say good morning to a lot of people every day. It's like, hey, hello, good morning, what's up? It's really fun. I appreciate it. Chris, hold on. I have been meaning to talk with you about your car's extended warranty. I get those calls every day. Every day. There must be some suckers. There must be some suckers buying these extended warranties. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. Whoa, something about Thunderdome. Thunderdomies. Thunderdomies. That's awesome. I love it. Thunderdome homes. Or you can have the really small ones can be domies. Maybe we'll have 3 different styles. One can be an extra large dome home. Maybe you could do cinder block walls full of concrete in case there's an explosion. I don't know. We could go, World War III's in its early stages. Come on, Carl. I agree, but I'm so tired of talking about it. You're right, though. You and Ninja are doing honorable work. Thank you, Daniel. I'm doing my best. It's very rewarding to see people in the live stream. Tiny rental hood would be great. It would be great. Okay, Chris, we need to discuss an urgent matter about your student loans. Man, yeah, yeah. I went to college for 3 days. There wouldn't be a lot to talk about, and that was a full paid scholarship, by the way. I had a full paid scholarship, books and everything, and I drug up on them in 3 days. I knew better. When you know, you know. Okay. I have designed a structural steel house. I was always wanting to build one out of containers. I always wanted to bore 6-inch pipe in the ground, like maybe a dozen of them, and shoot my laser across them, chop them all off level, and then set containers on them and seal weld those containers to the pipe. And then you could stack containers on it, hang them off however you want to do, and gusset them up. And you'd have what I think could be somewhat close to a hurricane-proof home. Maybe not. I know those things get rough, but it would be better than a stick-built home anyway. It would just be a lot of work, and I have a lot more ideas than I do time. I'm going to try to get to this comment that I want to talk about. I was going to wait to do it with Andy, but Andy's in Scotland playing golf with all of his little friends. If I went to Scotland, I'd be in a pub. They're probably doing that too. Man, I hate waiting on somebody to find their. Hang on. This was a good one. Nope. I'm all out. Can't be done. I will go to videos because there's some gold and silver questions that were awesome. It was like really good stuff. And I don't know where they're at. So I'm screwing the pooch right now. Screw bitch. Let's see. It was in the community. It was on the community post. Here it is. Okay, could Andy comment? Let's see. Okay, Lillian Baxter. All right. All right. She says she's brand new to gold and silver. And you help in the comments with this as well. Where do you buy gold and silver? Well, for me, of course, call that number. How do I know the gold and silver I bought is legit? Well, if you buy it from a respectable source, like Miles Franklin through that phone number, it will be guaranteed. And I can show you some tricks on how to test it. You can actually bite the gold. It still works. It'll dent and it's fine. The silver, you can do the magnet test. There's a few things you can do. It's not hard to find. But that doesn't happen nearly as often as what people think. From what I've gathered, I've never seen one single case. Unless it was from a pawn shop or eBay. That's where you have to be careful. And they're the people wanting the highest premiums usually. Okay. When the price explodes, how do I capitalize on it? Well, you can sell it to anybody in the fringe, or you can contact me and I will buy it from you, whatever spot price is. I don't know how much, what the deal is. Stacy, what do we do on that? She's my person. But whatever spot is what you get for it. And you can mail it secure just like you got it. Or you can just contact somebody and they'll buy it from me. Anybody, there's always a buyer for gold and silver. Always. There's never been a case where there wasn't one. The price will go down and then you'll find one. But when the prices are high, you shouldn't have any trouble finding one.
You have a question for me?
Yes. So when we go to buy somebody's gold and silver that wants to send it to us, what is the price? Is it $1
It'll be
over?
below spot, and they'll have to call me and ask and just see, because it'll be below spot. It's usually like 20 cents or $20.
20 cents below spot.
Seems to average 20 cents on gold.
All right, so it's right at spot.
Below spot.
Little bit under.
Yep, and we buy it back.
And we'll buy it back. So you buy it for 22 whatever, and it goes to $50. There you go. You get $50 or whatever it is. Okay. G-Day from WA Western Australia. Oh, wow. I got somebody from Australia on here. That's awesome. Got my first 11134 ounce of silver. You got 1,000 ounce bar? 11134 ounce silver. It's nice. Chris, Dad, and I are listening. Awesome content. Thanks, Dad. You mean a lot. Cody put a silver order in with Stacy today. I tell you what, Cody, if you come to San Antonio, I will bring you a cup, buddy. I will bring you a cup. If I had the hats, I'd bring you a hat. But thank you. I really appreciate it. Sell for spot, buy for premium. This is the problem with silver. Yeah, that is the way it works. Y'all are naughty, and the parents are watching you. That's right. That's right. I never finished my comment. This is some really good stuff in here. Okay, is that the same process as when I bought it? Or do I just start trading gold like it is, like this is San Francisco in the 1800s? Yeah, there's always a buyer for gold and silver. How does someone make change for gold and silver? Okay, how do you make change? That's what I was telling you guys. These are great questions. I love these kind of questions. So that's while we try to get different sizes, this is a 1 ounce, I've got half ounce, I've got junk silver, I've got different denominations for different purchases. But more than likely, you'll be able to swap it for whatever currency is going at the moment. You know, if it's the digital dollar, well, how do you turn gold into digital? The same way you turn gold into dollars. It's going to be the same thing. You know, you'll be able to trade that gold and silver into whatever the normies are denominating things in. But here's the thing. If silver's used in cars and computers and everything electrical, if we're going to be green weenies and everything's got to be green, then you're going to need a crap ton of silver. And when it's all gone, the price is going to go up. The easy stuff has already been mined. So you've got that on your side. And silver's never been confiscated yet. I think there might be a day when they say, hey, you're screwing up our green weenie plan and we're going to come get your silver. I don't think anybody's going to go for it, but that day might be 10 years from now and robots might be running the earth. You know, we don't know. That's pretty doomy to talk about. But anyway, yes, you could trade it like the 1800s if you wanted to. How does someone make change for GS? Do I just carry around a micro planner and shave gold dust into a shopkeeper's hand? Well, maybe. I guess you could do that. I would probably say trade it for the currency and give the shopkeeper whatever currency he wants. See, when you've got a global currency, like something that is spot price is a global thing. Okay. So it's like you go to China and try to buy a piece of gold, they're going to say spot. And you're going to have to pay spot plus whatever premium they want. Spot is spot. So you're going to be able to turn. Does that make sense? You're going to be able to turn it into whatever currency is being used. Again, this is the kind of the same answer, but this is a great question. I understand that it's a store of value, but no one ever explains how to use it in a practical application, like the dollar collapses. But I have gold and silver. Cool. Now, how do I buy food? Well, you can buy a chicken that lays eggs from me for one piece of silver. I don't know how to ship it, but that's the point. You can buy food right now with a piece of silver. If you hand me this, I'll hand you a chicken that's crapping out omelets. I'm just saying that's going to be something in the Thunderdome. Remember, eggs went up 15,000x in Venezuela. Just remember, I know we're a world reserve currency and there's a lot that's going to happen. You know, the dollar's getting stronger. As you know, all things right before they go down go up, and all things right before they go up go down. It's just that's the way it is. I think the dollar's at an all-time high, but it could get a little worse. We'll see. How do I buy food? Shelter. How do you buy shelter? Well, we're still denominating it in currencies. So whatever currency you want, you trade it for currency. Or if you're buying shelter from me, I would gladly rent to you for junk silver or whatever, because it holds its value forever. For thousands of years, it's held its value. All fiat currencies have gone to zero. So what is the other option? That's the better question. What is the other option? If you know of a better option than gold and silver, if you know the currency is collapsing, if you realize the problem and you try to think through it, that's what I do. That's all I did. I've been buying gold and silver from Miles Franklin way before the YouTube channel, way before I knew anybody here, maybe except my wife, because I realized, hey, this is going to work when nothing else doesn't. And it's not controlled. You can't print it. It is unadulterated wealth. Okay, well, who's got it? World leaders? Russia, China, the wealthy, that's the people that are holding it that are talking the masses out of owning it. We're so used to trading in dollar bills. It's like it takes a while to try to start denominating. That's why I'm selling chickens for silver. I don't want to sell chickens. But if I can wake people up and say, hey, here's a chicken that'll crap out eggs every day and you'll be able to eat for one piece of silver, it's kind of like, whoa, that was a cool transaction. Just try to really think through things simply, and it'll help you a lot. Okay, last thing, clothing, same thing. That was always glossed over, like the South Park underpants gnome get rich scheme. Okay, I don't think gold and silver is a get rich scheme. It's a stay rich scheme. it's a stay rich scheme. It's not a get rich scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme. Just so you know, I have never ever fell for a pyramid scheme. Not one single time. I can sniff them out. I have been around a bunch of it, and I do not participate in any of it. If it is what they call a multi-level marketing, MLM, multi-level marketing, never participate in that. You will be the first loser. Unless you're in first and everybody else is going to be the loser, and I don't want anything to do with that. So I'm going to catch back up on my comments. It was a pretty good rant, though. I hope I helped somebody. Hey, if you started making welding shirts and caps, I'd buy from you all day. Dadgum Latco left me Hendry. Hey, I've worked out a deal with Martin Brothers. Martin Brothers welding shirts, they are the best, and they're made in the United States. The problem with them is they use mountain cloth, and it is hot. It is so hot and heavy. They last forever. They don't hold starch real good, but they're really good. They have some other ones that have a vented back that I use all the time. I have them tapered to fit my body because I like shirts to fit. I don't like them tight in the belly, and that's the way I like my welding shirts. So they will work with you. Go check out Martin Brothers. I might have some made that say Thunderdome on, or Thunderdome welder or something. If silver kills bacteria, if a fly lands on silver, does it disinfect his feet? I don't know. Sure. It's a sterile fly. I don't know. Farmers will trade for silver or things they need. Absolutely. Where can I buy fractional gold? Hey, just so you know, I really don't have a doomsday outlook on our future. I think we're going to have some currency troubles, or they're going to surface. Currency troubles are going to surface, and we'll be able to deal with them by holding things that people can't print. That's pretty much it. And if you're doing that, you're already hedged against the apocalypse thing. Because I have my doubts. I mean, I know I'm trying to think for 6 months, a year, couple years, maybe 3. I'm not going 10 years out. 10 years looks kind of scary. I'll address that in a couple years. We got to get into it first before we go full bore, Mad Max. But right now I'm thinking, we're going to do this thing, and then they're going to stimulate and do this thing. And when the masses wake up to that thing, when everybody's getting stimmy checks and gold and silver, when that happens, gold and silver flies off the shelf. You cannot find it. When the price starts going up, it's going to be like crypto that you can't get a hold of. It's going to be like physical, trying to find something. It's hard to get. It's clunky. It's inconvenient, really, to deal with gold and silver because it's heavy. But when you get it, you got it, and you're in control of your wealth. Then you are your bank. You can be your own. You can do your own deal with gold and silver, and you can pack up and move, and you don't have to call anybody or ask for nothing. You can just go and do whatever. Bitcoin might be like that one day. Right now, it is a speculation, and I will spit in the eye of anybody that calls it a store of wealth because it is obvious it follows the stock market at the moment. Maybe not forever. We're approaching some crazy times where I think it's going to go parabolic, and I plan on riding that baby to the moon and buying all the silver and gold along the way. But crypto is one heck of a speculation that can make people wealthy because people buy things that go up. It's that simple. I got some crypto haters on here. I'm looking for Mark to pop up here. I hate crypto and it's the devil. And I agree with you a little bit. But I'm going to take advantage of it, just like I'm going to take advantage of the dollar collapsing, just like I'm going to hold some houses that are on fixed rate, interest rate, and we're going to do our best. That's my plan. Gerald Taylor, if some businesses will take a Bitcoin now, that not's visible, why trade gold and silver that are touchable? Well, that's true. But when Bitcoin loses its luster in the cyber attack, that's going to be the biggest eye opener. That's when crypto is going to look like cigarette butts on the sidewalk. And I hope everybody here has enough sense to trade just a little bit of their whatever they've got for some, just a little bit, just speculate just a little bit, because it's pretty wild to watch something go from a penny to $1. I mean, it's really nuts. And I would like everybody here. And when I see something, if I see something, I say, hey, this looks like it could go from a penny to $1. I want you to buy $100. Buy $5 of it. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't do anything I say. I'm always wrong. Should never do anything somebody says on YouTube. You should only do things that you understand the narrative. You don't have to understand how the blockchain works all the way. You don't have to know how your cell phone works. You don't have to know why boobs are good or how PosiTrack on a Plymouth works. But it's important to speculate on things you don't understand, because nobody understand the internet. Nobody understood it. They were speculating. It was the dot-com bubble. If it had a dot-com behind it, it was a buy. I don't know how many people lived through that, but that's the way it was. That's the same thing now. It's just crypto. It's the new thing. It's just early. So if you're glad you waited to buy Google, if you're glad you waited 15 or 20 years to buy into Google and stuff like that, maybe even Amazon, if you waited and you're glad, then don't buy crypto. But if you would have enjoyed buying things early and suffering through the volatility and just watching it go up and down and crash and everybody gripe about how it's not real or it is the best, I'm putting all my wealth in it, all this crazy stuff. I don't know why people even talk about it. It's weird to me. It's weird. I'm putting all my wealth in Bitcoin. You're an idiot. You're not going to make it. That's too much. Just if you had bought $100 worth of Google when it first came out, or whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, Amazon or whatever, one of those things, and it would have worked out for you. But if you'd have bought $100 of pets.com, it would have went to zero. AOL would have went to zero. But it was $100. You lost $200, but you had $100, one that went to the atmosphere that would still be paying you today. So that's how I want everybody to think about it. I'm looking for Mark. He's probably in here talking about, I hate it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Hey, Chris. Hey, Cody. Do you think the Thunderdome time will be about 10 years until the currency resets to however the next currency is? I don't know. I'm hoping for some really fast stuff to happen. And, silver does them crazy things and the dollar and all this crazy stuff. And we have some type of prosperity, where the central banks don't do so good and the people do good. And then after that, maybe 3 or 4 or 5, 6 years, that might be when it actually looks like the Thunderdome. It's hard to say. It's hard to say with all the manipulation, all of the These central bankers are the devil, man. They're manipulating mankind, the whole world, because we're the world reserve currency. So it's really hard to wrap my mind around. It's hard for me to get out 10 years. Ask Alex Jones. He's good about long-term stuff. All the stuff, I don't watch Alex Jones, very rare, but that dude called some stuff that was nut job 10 years ago. And now it's kind of coming to pass. It's like, whoa, that dude was just early. So a lot of us are right. I don't think any of us are wrong on what's coming. We're just early. So hang tight. Every time this metal dips is an opportunity to get away from poverty in the future, I think. So 10 years, maybe so, brother. Maybe. I just know it's going to look completely different than it does now. The baby boomers have set this up pretty much to fail. They have experienced prosperity their whole life that nobody on the face of the earth has ever experienced prosperity for this long. A whole generation has just. Think of the kids that came out of that. Think of the generation that came from only prosperity. That's all we have. It's all we've ever seen. Is markets go up. Yeah, they come down a little bit, but they always go up. And then they come down, but they always go. It doesn't matter what happens. They always go up because they have to. They cannot afford for the stock market to crash. If the stock market does what it should have done a long time ago, the pensions would be broke. People wouldn't be getting all their checks in the mail. I'm not saying you shouldn't get them. I'm saying you paid it in and they blew it on something, probably some green energy caca, something arbitrary, made them rich and left us in need for a paycheck that we've paid in. So, but they have to make, it was 7.5% in the stock market that they had to make to pay everybody their pensions. And if you go back to like Zimbabwe, and it was funny, Doug Casey asked the president of Zimbabwe, why in the hell did you print all that money? I would love to ask somebody that. And he said, and I remember this, I'll never forget it. He said, we had to pay our officials. We had to pay our military. We had to pay our firemen, our police. We had to pay those people. So that's the only thing we could do. Well, that's what they're doing now. That's what's going on. And it's when it gets a little worse, it's going to be more noticeable. But right now, they've got this thing going on called MMT, Modern Monetary Theory, more money today, to quote Jim Rogers. I'm going to sum it up for you real quick. It's we can print all the money we want, and you have to use it because I say so. That's the world we're living in right now. And when they screw that up, because they're about to crash everything by raising interest rates, one or two more of those things, and it's going to really look bad. Everything crashes, everything does bad. What do you think they're going to do? I know we've hit all-time highs in the stock markets now, but man, I can't wait to see. It's going to be nuts to see what they do after they print all this money. It's coming. We just don't know if it's this year or next year. It is. They're not going to not do it. They've already proven. They've already said we can print money forever. That's what all governments have said over the last 600 fiat currencies that do not exist on the earth unless they're proof that fiat currencies don't work. You can get a whole basket of those dollars. They were sweeping them down the drain. All right. Gotham, okay. Guys, I have been on here for an hour almost, and I'm getting ready to turn in. Lincoln Welder, monkeypox was released in an airport. I hope you're wrong about that. Man, monkeypox, if y'all haven't watched my video on monkeypox, it's a lot like smallpox. It's a little bit milder. Have you noticed this? The diseases that are being spread are just a little bit mild. They're just weeding out the sick and the weak and the old. It's very strange. Yeah, I heard about the lab monkeys, Mark. I actually did a story on that a long time ago. Thomas Clark, discover you through the ninja. He's an awesome guy. Enjoy your vids. Thank you. I really appreciate that. The ninja is the real deal. What's up, Richard? Buffalo Richard. Cody, it's the easy times make weak men. Weak men make hard times make strong men make easy times cycle. That is exactly right. And where do you think we are? We are approaching the hard times because we have such weak men. I don't even know what gender they are or which bathroom to go in. You know, when Rome was collapsing, they were arguing about if the angels were male or female as their currency collapsed first. They had currency troubles, and then they had a bunch of immigration. And while it was falling apart, they were discussing garbage. I wonder if they were watching Johnny Depp. That would probably been a step lower than whatever they were doing. There's a lot of crap going on, guys. Hunter, what's up, buddy? I got a super chat. What are your thoughts on balancing selling silver at a high price and setting some aside in case we end up like Venezuela or Argentina? Okay. Well, I would never sell all my precious metals. I will always have some. But, you know, I don't really plan on selling gold. That's the biggest problem with precious metals holders is they don't sell. They just hold on to it forever. But I think it's a great thought. I think about it all the time. Here's what I'm going to do. Don't do what I do because I'm always wrong. When silver reaches 30 to 1, we're at 82 now, low 80s. When it reaches 30 to 1, 41, I might even start 40 to 1. I'm going to buy a little gold. That's how you double and triple your precious metals holdings. When it gets to 20, 25, I'm going to buy a little gold. And when it gets to 14 and 15, I'm going to buy a little gold. And then after that, I'm probably done because silver could very possibly have the run of our lifetime. It could be the new gold that mainly because it is absolutely needed in everything. So just that's what I'm doing. You know, nobody knows for sure, but playing the gold, and I'm going to play the silver chicken ratio too. I'm going to be selling chickens for an ounce of silver. I haven't done it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. But yes, Venezuela, I talk about it all the time. I keep the chart. I printed it out up there. Eggs went up 15x. Apples went up 6,587x. Potatoes went up 2,644x. Beer went up 8,800x. Like times. Like a beer was $5 times 8,800. It's nuts. It's really strange. So I don't think that's what's going to happen here. But what I do know is eggs rivaled gold. It was right there with it. The takeaway for me was gold did a 25,000x and eggs did a 15,000x. So food was really, really there. It was really close to gold. Super chat. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it, dude. It's awesome, man. He supports me, always has. He's been out here on a tractor. I should be paying him. He's been doodling dirt around, filling up stump holes. Looks good, too. The work you did looks great. Okay. Hey, it's the ninja, the guy that stands in the middle of the road. He does. He probably does. That traffic held up. Great question, Hunter. MNJ. Yep, those patents are years old. All right, guys. I really appreciate everybody being here. Um, I'm gonna say I've saved this for the last for the people that made it to the end. I'm doing a float trip. I do a float trip every year with friends of mine. They bring their wives and kids, and we find a river in North Arkansas to float. Okay. This year, I was going to invite you guys, if you can make it to North Arkansas the first weekend of August. I'm calling it the Thunderdome float trip because we don't know, because diesel could possibly be $8-10 a gallon. There's a lot that can happen between now and then. But if we're not trading in guns and butter, I'm probably going. I'm making my reservations now. So are my buddies. You're going to like them. They're all, just so you know, all these people, I've met them. I've met these people, and they're amazing people. I would hang out with them all the time if I could. So this is just like San Antonio. We're going to San Antonio to hang out. If you want to go on the float trip, email me. I'll give you everything you need at financialfitness318@gmail.com. financialfitness318@gmail.com. It's in the description if you didn't get it, but it should be easy to remember. Just remember 318 Financial Fitness. Maybe I should have done the French, but Financial Fitness 318. If you want to go on the float trip, I'll give you everything you need to get you there. And we're going to have an awesome time in San Antonio this weekend. And like I said, the float trip's in August when everybody's sick of summer and ready to hang out in the water and just enjoy and have a fire in the evening. And it's really fun. And we're going to camp out, bring campers, and there's cabins there. Like I said, reach out to me. I'll make sure you get there. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Have an awesome day. I'll see you in the morning. Later.